Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala nabiyyina Muhammadin wa ala alihi washabbihi ajmain, amma ba'd. Sobat Ilham TV, kali ini kita akan menampilkan sebuah video debat yang cukup menarik untuk kita ikuti antara Adnan Rasyid dengan salah seorang non-muslim yang bersikeras melabeli muslim sebagai teroris. Bagaimana keseruan dari debatnya ini? Mari kita simak video berikut ini.
I want you to confirm on the camera that a genocide of Muslims is not terrorism. You said that earlier, right?
I said they are the terrorists.
Okay, so the girls who are being raped and burnt alive, they're terrorists. Girls as young as 12, 11 who were being raped by Hindu mobs in 2003 in Gujarat, you're saying they were terrorists. Because earlier you said that the genocide, okay, now what does Muhammad do? I'm talking about a girl in Gujarat, he wants to go to Muhammad now. Okay, so he's saying, in other words, this gentleman is saying a genocide of the Muslims is not terrorism.
You can rape,
wait,
or you can
innocent people. Okay,
have sex with
no problem. Do you believe the rape of a 12 years old by 10 people at least, and then pissing on her and then burning her alive is terrorism? Yeah, I know the language here. Do you think that's terrorism? Because earlier you said no, that's not terrorism.
Whoever is doing is wrong.
Okay. Earlier you said that's not terrorism. Earlier, when I came to you earlier, when I asked you the same question, you said no, that's not terrorism because it's happening against the Muslims. That's not terrorism. That's what you said. You remember that? Do you remember that? Can you confirm in front of the camera?
Did they say it's a terrorist?
Sorry?
Did they say?
Do you understand my question?
I understood.
Okay, I asked you a question. In 2003, let me repeat my question. In 2003, 3,000 Muslims in Gujarat were killed by Hindu mobs, right? In some cases, young girls were raped by a number of people, and afterwards they urinated on them and then burnt them alive.
Yes.
I asked you, is this terrorism? You said, no, this is not terrorism. Do you confirm that?
Okay.
Do you stand by that?
It's murder.
Do you stand by that?
It's murder.
Do you stand by that?
Is this terrorism or not? Is this terrorism or not?
I'm asking you a specific question. I'm asking you a specific question. Can you answer my?
The poor people.
We will listen.
If the poor people is cast out from Sindh province, and the women or young girls are forcefully converted into Islam, isn't this a terrorism?
I will answer your question. Definitely. Can you answer my question?
Isn't this a terrorism?
Can you?
Isn't this a terrorism?
Can you answer my question? What I described earlier
is that terrorism?
Okay, wait. What I described earlier, do you think that's terrorism or not? Simple. What I described earlier, do you think that's terrorism or not?
No. Did I support these?
I asked you a question. You're still not giving me the answer. You are supporting. You are supporting.
Stop changing the
Did I support these type of acts?
When you say it is not terrorism, you are supporting it. When you say it's not terrorism, you are supporting it. I say now, I as a Muslim,
you are not saying.
I as a Muslim,
you are not saying.
I as a Muslim,
people who suffer in sin.
I as a Muslim, wait, I'm answering your question now. I believe as a Muslim, anyone who kills, harms, rapes, molests, abuses anyone innocent, abusing anyone innocent on the planet, okay, or even not innocent, even those who are guilty, they don't deserve abuse. They deserve their rights according to the law, right? Anyone who's breaking the law, anyone who is breaking the norms of humanity is a terrorist. Simple answer.
Yes.
Whether it's against Christians, Hindus, Buddhists, Muslims, atheists, animals, ants, crocodiles or lions or giraffes, anything, anywhere, if anything is being abused,
He's 100%
then
right. He's 100%
those who
right.
are culprits, those who are guilty of those crimes are terrorists. Now, I have given you a clear answer to your question.
Yes.
Can you give me an answer to my question?
I agree.
That whether
I agree on your point.
Okay.
I agree on your point.
So you don't stand by your earlier statement. You don't stand by your earlier statement.
What?
When I asked you earlier
What?
that if this is terrorism, what happened to Muslims in Gujarat in 2003, you said no, that's not terrorism.
Did I support? Did I support?
No, you said that's not terrorism. You said that's not terrorism.
Did I support them?
No, you did not support. You said that's not terrorism.
I will never support.
Okay.
I will never
Second
support.
point. I think it's clear now for everyone.
Yeah.
They can make their minds up. Now, second question. You say that anyone who says Allahu Akbar is a terrorist.
That's right.
Okay. So that means.
That's the religion of a terrorist.
Okay. So wait. That means 2 billion Muslims are all terrorists.
Of course.
Okay.
If they
Okay. Hold on.
If
Did you?
chant
Wait.
Allahu Akbar.
Okay.
What does it mean?
Okay.
If they chant,
Wait. I know.
chant Allahu Akbar.
What does it mean?
Okay. Every single Muslim.
Yes. If they
Every
chant-
single Muslim on the planet, when he prays, he starts his prayer
Yes.
by saying Allahu Akbar.
If they chant.
And the adhan, the call to pray, starts with Allahu Akbar. So every single Muslim on the planet
Yes.
says Allahu Akbar.
Yes.
So by extension, his argument is
That's
that
the-
every single Muslim on the planet is a terrorist, and he said that is the case. Do you stand by that?
Yes.
Every Muslim is a terrorist.
Yes. Yes.
Every Muslim.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Because why do I say? Why do I say?
Allahu Akbar.
Why do I say this? Why do I say
He
this?
wants to justify. Now he wants to justify why every Muslim is a terrorist.
Let me clarify.
No. Let him clarify. Let him clarify why every Muslim is a terrorist.
Okay. Let me clarify.
Yes.
Let me clarify. Whenever there is a
Actually, you know what?
terrorism,
Actually,
whenever there is a terrorism,
do you want him
they
to?
always chant Allahu Akbar, and that's the religion of terrorists. That's the religion of terrorists. If whenever there is a terrorism, when I ask any Muslim, and they always say they don't have any religion, they are not Muslim, but once they are chanting, that's the religion of a terrorist. That's the religion
Okay,
of
my response to that is, every single terrorist who commits an act of terror has food before he does so. He drinks water before he does so.
Yes.
He walks.
Yes.
He talks.
Yes.
He has got 2 eyes,
Yes.
1 nose,
Yes.
1 mouth in
Yes.
most cases.
Yes.
Or in most cases.
Yeah.
And he does all these things.
Yes.
By that reasoning,
Yeah.
by that logic, you are also a terrorist. Do you all agree?
don't-
You all agree? So because you share
follow that
share some qualities with the terrorists, you are also a terrorist.
I don't follow. I don't
Okay, I
follow
think-
that ideology. I don't follow that ideology.
Thank you.
I don't follow.
Thank you very much.
I don't follow
Thank
that
you very much.
ideology. I don't follow that ideology which Muslim follow.
You are a Christian. You are a Pakistani Christian.
Yes, I
Okay.
am.
Christ taught to spread love, not hate.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You are not a good example of.
No.
You're not a good example for Christians. Okay. Many Christians out there, many decent Christians out there around the planet will be ashamed of you. It is people like you who go out and spread ignorant rhetoric, and they cause people to fall in hate. You need to go back to school and learn something. Learn something about your own religion and come back to us. Thank you very much.
If nobody will point out the weakness, if nobody will point out the mistake they are doing, then nobody will be corrected. Then you will not be corrected.
So you think-
Therefore,
So your correction.
somebody has to point out that you are.
I agree.
Doing this mistake.
Someone has to
You
point out
are
mistakes.
doing this mistake.
And the mistake
You
he's
are-
pointing out is
Yeah.
that 2 billion Muslims on the planet
Yeah.
are all terrorists.
Yes.
So that is the mistake he's pointing out. I think we summarize, or we finish our discussion here. There is no more to discuss. I wanted to make this point. There are people like this out there in this world, unfortunately, and they need exposure. the decent people around the world, be it Muslims, Christians, Jewish, Hindu, Buddhist, they need to disown people like him unless they change. And when they change, when they repent, they need to be embraced. He needs love. He needs love. He needs love.
That's why nobody.
Thank you very much.
That's why nobody is calling terrorists to Hindu. Nobody is calling terrorists to Sikhs. Nobody is calling terrorists to any other religion. Why only Muslim? Why? What's the reason?
That's a very good question you asked.
What's the reason?
Okay, nobody is calling Hindus terrorists. Nobody is calling Sikhs terrorists. Only Muslims are being called terrorists. That's a very good point you made. That is a mistake you need to correct. If you are a decent human being, if you're a good Christian, you need to stand with the Muslims and defend the Muslims and highlight the double standards of the Western media and the global politics. What you need to do, you need to come out and say, Hindus have committed terrorism, as I pointed out earlier. Sikhs have done it. Sikhs blew up a plane when they were campaigning for Khalistan. They blew up a plane. Okay, Christians. It's my time. It's my time. It's my time. There are Christians right now, as we speak, are committing acts of terrorism in Central African Republic, in the Congo. Okay, in South America, there are Christian militias fighting each other. There are Christian militias killing Muslims actively in Central African Republic. That is also terrorism. So that's the mistake you need to correct as a decent.
Who says it's a terrorism? Who says?
He's asking who's saying it's terrorism.
Who says war is a terrorist act? Who says? Nobody.
He's saying who says war is
Nobody call war is a terrorism. Nobody calls. The terrorism is the only act which only Muslims have done so far.
So you're saying war is not actually terrorism?
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not a terrorism.
So in war,
nobody has ever seen.
Okay. In war, when soldiers start to rape innocent women, is that terrorism? Simple question. Yes or no? Simple question. When soldiers, instead of fighting a war, they start to rape women and children.
That's the wrong act.
Okay, is that terrorism or not?
That's the wrong act.
Okay. In South Sudan, which is a Christian country, liberated by Christian missionaries, recently formed, it appeared on the map recently, the country called South Sudan. There is a civil war happening now between Christians. Two Christian groups, militias, are fighting each other. I read an article just less than a week ago where it was stated that thousands of women, Christian women, are being raped by Christian soldiers in South Sudan as a result of that war. Is that terrorism? Is that terrorism? Is that terrorism? Is that terrorism?
I will say it's a wrong thing.
Is that terrorism?
I will say it's a wrong thing.
So that's why we will end our discussion. I think we'll end our discussion.
يا لغتي عربية حسبي بأنك منطقي وبياني عربية قلبي.
Itulah tadi debat antara Adnan Rasyid dengan seorang non-muslim, yang dalam video ini kita menyaksikan bahwasanya bapak-bapak yang berambut putih tadi, yang non-muslim itu kekeh atau bersikeras melabeli muslim sebagai teroris, apalagi ketika mengucapkan kalimat takbir Allahu Akbar, itu indikatornya disebut sebagai teroris. Padahal yang namanya teroris itu bukan dari kalangan muslim saja, namun banyak dari orang-orang yang non-muslim, baik Kristen, Hindu, Buddha dan lain sebagainya, termasuk ajaran agama Sikh tadi, juga pernah melakukan kegiatan terorisme. Namun karena ini adalah propaganda barat yang melakukan standar ganda terhadap definisi terorisme, sehingga hanya muslim saja yang dianggap sebagai ajaran sebagai orang yang suka berbuat terorisme. Padahal Islam itu sangat menentang ajaran kekerasan, menentang kegiatan terorisme. Baik, itu saja untuk video kita kali ini. Mudah-mudahan bermanfaat. Jangan lupa untuk klik like, subscribe, dan share. Mudah-mudahan bagi Anda yang berlangganan menonton video ini, menonton channel Ilham TV, semoga Allah memudahkan urusan Anda semuanya, diberikan kemudahan rezeki, dan dipanjangkan umurnya. Allahumma amin. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.